On August 22nd, 2025, a 23-year-old white American immigrant from Ukraine named Irina Zarutska boarded a train in Charlotte, North Carolina. She was on her way home after a hard day's work at her local pizzeria. Sitting behind Irina was a 34-year-old black man named DeCarlos Brown Jr. He was homeless at the time and had a long criminal record due in no small part to the myriad of mental health issues he suffered from. Neither of them had interacted with the other prior to this night. Part of the way through their commute, DeCarlos pulled out a pocket knife, got up from his seat, and stabbed Irina in the throat and upper body. After committing the act, DeCarlos walked away, blood dripping from his knife, muttering how he got that white girl. Irina, on the other hand, sobbed in disbelief as her limp body crumpled to the floor. She would pass away minutes after the attack, while DeCarlos was detained by authorities after getting off the train. On September 10th, 2025, Charles James Kirk, better known as Charlie, a 31-year-old white American, visited the campus of Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. He was a political commentator who founded and operated a conservative political activist organization named Turning Point USA, and he was hosting an open-forum debate at the university as part of a wider campus debate tour, these tours being something he'd done for years. In the middle of a polite argument he was having with a person from the crowd about gun violence, a gunshot suddenly rang out. Perched on a rooftop several hundred yards away was a 22-year-old man named Tyler Robinson, armed with an assault rifle whose singular bullet ricocheted off Charlie's bulletproof vest and struck him in the throat. As blood poured out of his wound, his security team rushed to his aid as the crowd immediately dispersed in terror. Charlie held on long enough to make it to a nearby hospital, where he unfortunately passed away from his injury. His killer, meanwhile, escaped the authorities for a day and a half, thanks in part to the aid of bad actors who took the opportunity to throw the authorities off his trail by immediately pretending to take credit for the assassination. But more so thanks to the ineptitude of the FBI. By the way, it's time to fire Kash Patel and abolish this joke of an institution. As of the recording of this video, it seems that Tyler Robinson was a man from a normal, middle-class family who did not raise him to have any extremist views one way or another. Then, he went off to university where he was radicalized by far-left propaganda, if the markings on his weapon are anything to go by. You might wonder what connection these two seemingly random acts of brutal violence have. The answer is very simple. The left hates you and they want you dead. DeCarlos Brown Jr. may have been a schizophrenic savage with no overt political leanings, but he was allowed to remain in polite society despite his lengthy criminal record because of a corrupt judicial system whose progressive, race-based policies enacted and supported by leftists, placed incompetent and unqualified black women in positions to facilitate his freedom. Charlie Kirk's killer was radicalized by far-left rhetoric, which is spread in large part through our colleges and universities. And even if you believe that Tyler wasn't responsible for Charlie's murder and is just a convenient fall guy for a far greater threat, the people on the left didn't even wait for the blood to dry before they started celebrating Charlie's demise.
Everything that I've read, praise the Lord.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Siri, please play Shoulda Ducked by Lil Durk featuring new artist Charlie Kirk.
Keep the money flipping, it's all I know. Been in and out of prison for a while, I know. Grew up in the ghetto, thugging it.
Goodness knows the wicked's lives are lonely.
I don't have to sweeten my delivery to make it work for Todd. I mean, who is Todd?
Guys, it happened. He got pronounced dead. Oh my god, this is literally like, I swear to God, the equivalent of like the big beautiful obituary. Like, we're so close. We're this fucking close. I swear we're this close. That is for sure. I am definitely popping a bottle tonight. I can't believe this. Whoever did it, I just want to say thank you so much. Whoever did it, they finally did it for the sake of humanity. Thank you so fucking much. Thank you.
Holy fucking shit, he's dead? Fucking shit.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. To everyone saying that it was such a senseless, violent act, I want you to remind yourself that it was God's plan. I mean, really, it was actually his fault because, like, he should have been wearing, like, a bulletproof neck brace or something. Like, I cannot believe he walked out the house without it. I mean, really, you have to be aware of what you're wearing in public so that, like, people don't target you. And you don't become a victim. So I guess this is just another example of God's plan in action. It was not a senseless act of violence. This was God's plan.
So with Charlie Kirk getting shot, it's a good time to remind us that he is the one who said verbatim that gun deaths are worth it for to keep his gun rights. So as long as we don't take any guns from anybody because of this, he died a happy man.
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
I have breaking news. We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah, ooh. Cut the music. Cut the music.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with Charlie Kirk.
I haven't posted on TikTok in a long time, but I'm gonna now because rest in peace, Bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah, and I could not be happier. Praise fucking be.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
Yes, he deserves to die, and I hope he burns in hell. And I really don't want to hear any moral superiority from the people who were just laughing about undocumented immigrants getting eaten up by alligators. Okay. That motherfucker had to go.
That was a sharp shot, clean bullets, exactly where it needed to go to kill him instantly. It went right there. You could see the bullet hole right there. That nigga bled out immediately.
I'm not going to complain about Charlie Kirk getting shot, but if you're going to throw your life away, more than likely, you could have, I don't want to say nothing crazy, you could have aimed a little higher up. That's all. I don't know why that you were like, let me just settle for Charlie Kirk. You could have been a hero.
I swear I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about this news. I'm not happy about this news. It's so unfortunate. Can I just send a message to the great idea, wrong target? No, but seriously, we're gonna be serious. It's so unfortunate when bad things happen to bad people. Who would have thought the man that made it his whole personality to hate on everybody that didn't look like him and have his same gender, that other people would want to... Y'all see that Trump said that we're gonna have to pray? I hope them prayers do the same thing that they did for slaves, that they did for... No, but seriously, Charlie Kirk, shots and prayers.
He was shot because we don't have food in our fridge.
he was shot because our co-workers of color are being incarcerated and sent back to their country for no reason. He was shot because we don't have health care. We are so mad up to the point that we're actually starting to take pew-pews and take them to politicians. And honestly, I do not agree with gun violence at all. I feel like there's other ways that we can have a discussion without having to bring out the pew-pew. But we have tried. We've done peaceful protesting. We've wrote into the government. But no, these red-sided people don't care. So what do you think we're gonna do? The red-colored people are like, he was such a good person. Why did he get shot? If you've seen the video on Twitter, please listen to the last 10 seconds of what he said before he went. And if you, honestly, y'all, he had it coming. I'm so sorry.
We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. Who's up next? We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. Who's up next? We got Charlie in the neck.
I'm just really glad Charlie Kirk just got himself fucking shot, because he's right. Empathy is dangerous to society. So no one should give a fuck that he's dead. He said it. I'm just saying his words. All I'm doing is using his words. You can't be mad at me for using his words. I think empathy is a new wave thing and is very problematic. You right. No empathy for you. Zero.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. It's just great.
I just watched a close-up video of Charlie Kirk getting pewed in the neck. No fucking way he survives. So you know what time it is.
He probably made like thousands of trans kids kill themselves. I literally could not give a fuck. They can get a stepfather.
They got him in the neck. They got him in the neck. Shit whip. Like a fucking samurai film. Oh, good news. Good news, everyone. Good news.
Let this be a lesson to all those other conservative freaks, those little weirdos with podcasts. Just know your necks are on the line. Your necks. No. Your necks. Hello?
Bitch, did you hear Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck?
Actually, no, I'm listening to Man Down by Rihanna. State of the world getting so bad, I'm gagging over any fucking thing these days. So, apparently at Utah Valley University, Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Bitch, I don't even know what to fucking say to that one. Except, you got me fucking gagging.
I'm already seeing some of y'all do it. That moral standpoint of, oh, I don't care how you feel politically. Nobody deserves to. Wrong. Some people do deserve to. He was a demon. Why do y'all do this? Why do y'all pretend to feel sad when a karmically deserved outcome hits someone who is evil? I don't get it. I don't understand. Oh, he had a family. You know who else had families? Every single victim of the mass shootings that he's repeatedly defended. The school shootings. The children of mass shootings that he's excused. Said, essentially, they're just collateral. Oh, he has kids. He has daughter. You know what he said about his daughter? He said that he would force his daughter to give birth to the results of an assault if she got pregnant from it. And force her. Even if she wanted to get rid of it, he would force her. They were going to hate him later anyway. Got obliterated by a fellow white man. White on white crime, first of all. He passed doing what he loved, which was arguing with teenagers and scapegoating gang violence. So at the end of the day, he got what he wanted. I'm sick of some of y'all. I'm sick of this respectability thing that, we're all just trying to get a... He was a demon. I'm glad it happened. I got giddy reading it. This idea that we need to be civil in the current American political landscape, laughable. It's laughable.
And if you look at it for real, Charlie would have wanted it this way.
He was so for guns, so for the violence, that he died by one. Isn't that beautiful? Rest in peace, Charlie.
Hello, Internet. I regret to inform you that Charlie Kirk, co-founder of Turning Point USA, was shot in the neck while speaking at an event at Utah Valley University. Please join me in this moment of silence.
Fucking stoked right now. You want to know why I'm so fucking stoked? Go ahead and Google Charlie Kirk. Go ahead, read the latest headlines, and you'll see why I'm so fucking
Charlie Kirk, you're in the lower fucking room, bitch. Oh, fucking finally. You bitches starting to move and shake, fucking shake, bitch. It's in your real fucking shooter. Stop sitting. Y'all gonna sit in damn. Oh, thank you. And then people talking about some words can't hurt you. That's why we're in a situation now, because y'all still think that. If words couldn't change and alter how you think, why the fuck are there motivational speakers? They're literally motivational speakers for evil. That's what the fuck they are. Start shutting them the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's time to shut the fuck up. Shut this shit the fuck up. And y'all have this big fucking MAGA rally with your MAGA hats on. Yeah, this is what the fuck is gonna happen to you if y'all keep this shit up. We're done. They're done. They finally starting to move and finally starting to shake. And sending their real hitters out. Cause you can't make no shot like that off of practicing at the gun range, I'll tell you that, man.
So in light of this beautiful news, I would like to propose that we turn Charlie Kirk into a verb. For example, I think that Stephen Miller needs to be kirked.
We lost a loving husband and a devoted father.
He made his money by, aside from all the other horrific shit, telling women and girls that the only way they'd be happy is if they got married young, popped out a bunch of babies, submitted to their husbands, and never joined the workforce. So, he also believed that women and girls shouldn't be allowed to take birth control because it makes us mean. He also believed that women and girls of any age should be forced to carry their baby to term. So, also, I made it like 2 hours after my own father's death before I started making jokes. If you think I'm not coming for Charlie fucking Kirk's neck, pun intended, you are dead wrong, just like he is.
Charlie Kirk, dead. Well, I'll be damned. Who did it? I want to talk to him. I want to take him out to eat, matter of fact. Actually, you know, he probably, or she probably, and you know it was a he. They're probably in custody right now. Alive, probably. Ain't he the one that said that gun deaths are necessary if they want to keep their Second Amendment right? Fuck you. And he said that about children who were shot at school. He can rest in motherfucking shit. And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, hate doesn't do anything. Violence is never the answer. Violence has been the answer in all of fucking history. I don't want to hear a single white person tell me that violence is not the answer when they have been using violence to get whatever the fuck they want as oppressors since the beginning of time. Nothing has ever been done in the history of the world without violence and bloodshed. And it's always like Christians who are saying like violence isn't the answer. Have you read your motherfucking Bible, ho? Because there is bloodshed and violence all up in that bitch. Of innocent people, might I add. Ever heard of child sacrifice? You know, the thing that your sky daddy literally did in the name of love for himself or his son or his brother or whatever. I feel bad for Charlie Kirk's kids. That's about it. I don't feel bad for his wife because she's a piece of shit for being with a man like that. The kids are innocent. They didn't ask to be here. They lost a parent who they didn't know was a bad person yet. Other than that, no one mourns the wicked. Charlie Kirk is dead, okay? Anyways, what y'all having for dinner?
Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. He got what he got. He deserved what he got. Fuck him. Fuck him. And if you have a fucking problem with what I'm saying, fuck you too. Show empathy. Show empathy. No. That motherfucker deserved it. Fuck him.
They don't want a reasoned discourse. They don't want debate. They don't want civilized arguments. They're not looking for conversion. They're looking for submission at any cost. And it's time for conservatives to start acting like it. The government needs to start cracking down on any left-wing influencers who are endorsing this act of terror and trying to encourage more acts of terror against other right-wing figures.
for conservatives, this is like kind of fuck around and find out. This is what they want. Remember, you're like deploying the National Guard to places. You're sending the Marines around. You're talking about us, you know, go to war with people. Like, this is kind of this is what we're kind of gearing up for. So, I mean, you can't really be surprised when this is the kind of shit that's happening, right? Like, when politicians are getting killed, when people are, you know, acting fucking unhinged and insane, and you're all feeding into this like crazy, like, yeah, there are going to be deaths on both sides of it. That's how it works. This is how like a degenerating democracy appears. I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of stupid to act surprised on this. Anybody on the left that does any sort of disavowal, whatever bullshit, I think is cucked and weak. I saw Newsom doing it earlier. I'm ready for the great cleansing, dude.
Cleansing?
The cleansing.
What cleansing?
When we genocide conservatives in this country.
Are you gonna be out in the streets with your Glock?
Maybe. I gotta go back to Nebraska and grab it.
I'm sick of this idea that you can't meet violence with violence. If somebody was smacking you in the face in the corner of a room over and over, you're going to hit them back. You have to. You're not getting out of that unless you do. These people do not care if you live or die. They don't. As long as you can work for them and make them money, and once you're useless, they don't care. They want you to die. Why is anyone condemning that? Fucking kill them all. Kill them all.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
These people need to lose their platforms, they need to lose their wealth, and they need to go to jail. This same standard should apply to the leftist news outlets and organizations who've downplayed or justified what happened to Charlie.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea. But he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions.
5 o'clock Eastern. Janet, go to
He put out a 4-minute video, and I'm not going to play the video. I don't want to play the video. But there was a line at the end that I think I just wanted to raise and read. At the end of this 4-minute video, he says, "For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now." And obviously, there's a lot of rhetoric that is problematic. A lot of it is coming from one particular side and from one particular building. But what can be done? I fear when this is an escalation already in less than 24 hours of this shooting.
You've got polls about political violence. Democrats don't think it's a good idea. Only Republicans. Only people inclined to consume conservative media are now, I think, upward of 50% say that if necessary, violence is okay. You've only got the conduct on one of the two sides.
Not everyone took to his words or his rhetoric. You know, at times they were offensive to specific communities. But with that said, this is not the time to focus on that. We are focused on this tragedy. Speaking of this tragedy, is this a moment for your party to reflect on political violence? Is it a moment for us to think about the responsibility of our political leaders and their voices and what it does to the masses as they get lost in misinformation or disinformation that turns in and spills into political violence?
I say both parties. These businesses need to be shut down and their mouthpieces need to be rotting in prison. Every single one of them, from CNN to Antifa to MSNBC to Black Lives Matter. Last but not least, The average civilians who are cheering this on also need to face consequences. It doesn't matter what their profession is. They could be a teacher, a doctor, a janitor, a cashier, a chef, whatever. If they are happy that Charlie Kirk was murdered in broad daylight and they're wishing death on other conservative commentators, they should lose their jobs. Oh, and don't think I forgot about the ghouls in Congress who wouldn't even allow there to be a moment of silence in honor of Charlie, some of whom went on to downplay and therefore excuse what happened to him by mischaracterizing his positions.
Let's, wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. Shh. The House will be in order. Shh. The House will be in order. We will join prayer right after this, okay? The chair lays before the House a communication. The House will be in order. Thank you all.
What I do know for sure is that, you know, Charlie was someone who once said, you know, guns save lives after a school shooting. Charlie was someone who was willing to debate and downplay the death of George Floyd in the hands of Minneapolis police.
I think he called him a scumbag.
Right, have no regard, downplay slavery and what Black people have gone through in this country by saying Juneteenth should never exist. And I think, you know, there are a lot of people who are out there talking about him just wanting to have a civil debate.
Complete rewriting of history.
Yeah, there is nothing more effed up, you know, like than to completely pretend that, you know, his words and actions have not been recorded and in existence for the last decade or so.
These inhuman extremists should be impeached. And if there are no state or federal laws that enable impeachment for them, they should be primaried against. And if they win re-election, Trump should send in the National Guard and forcibly remove them from office. We ought to make it untenable for people to openly endorse political violence against their opponents. For the leftists and centrists who will say, "Oh, that's unreasonable, that's tyrannical, that's authoritarian, you're an affront to everything our nation is supposed to stand for." Shut the fuck up. I don't care. The overwhelming majority of you just cheered on the grisly assassination of a milquetoast conservative whose only crime was having the patience and understanding to try and reason with you. You ignored the brutal murder of an innocent woman whose only crime was not being cautious around Black people. And when you finally did open your mouths about it, you cared more about demonizing the people speaking up about her murder than you did about the actual murder. Quite frankly, I no longer give a shit what you have to say. You have lost your humanity card, and the quicker the government can remove you from polite society, the better. I am done letting these monsters turn our country into a battleground. Don't get it twisted. This is not a call for stupid, tactless vigilantism. This is a call for measured, focused action. I repeat, do not go out and do anything stupid that will ruin your future. Put your weapons down and fight our enemies through the system. That's what Charlie did when he was alive, and that's how he would have wanted us to fight. And to the people who are farther to the right than Kirk, that are resisting turning him into a martyr because, oh, he didn't share our exact same ideals on every single topic. Take your head out of your ass and think about the reactions you've seen from our enemies over the past few days. Charlie was as inoffensive of a conservative as you could find, and the left still felt that he was too extreme, so he had to go. Just a few days ago, Hassan Piker called for violence against a far-right commentator named Nick Fuentes, who himself survived a harrowing assassination attempt less than a year ago at his own home.
No, we gotta, the moment is clear. You gotta sick like the ACP guys on him. Okay, that's it. You gotta get one of those like Haz al-Dink type motherfuckers to just like eat his ass alive, Let him fight.
It's even worse in Irina's case because we don't even have evidence that she leaned one way or the other as far as politics go, and yet she still died as a result of incompetent, malicious, leftist-run institutions. If these people felt that a conservative as benign and open to discussion as Charlie Kirk deserved a bullet to the throat, then what the fuck do you think they're gonna do to y'all? It's time to put aside our petty infighting and use this opportunity to rid our country of this extremist plague once and for all. If you see someone online, left or right, praising the killing of Charlie Kirk and advocating for other right-wing figures to be killed, then find out who they are, where they work, and get them fired. If you lack the skills to do it, then forward their words to people who can. We should also start writing to whichever judges and politicians represent the counties and states that left-wing agitators like Destiny live in, and call on them to press state or federal charges for inciting violence and promoting terrorism. If there isn't any legislation that criminalizes their rhetoric, then we should work to pass some. We should also put pressure on our government to defund the special interest groups responsible for placing incompetent black people into our judicial system, who then go on to allow violent career criminals to remain in polite society because ma oppression or ma socioeconomic factors. Finally, and most importantly, send your thoughts and prayers to the family and friends of Charles Kirk and Irina Zarutska. These were two honest, hard-working Americans who only wanted the best for themselves, their loved ones, and their country. Neither of them deserved to have their lives cut short, regardless of what you think of their politics. It's time to honor their memories by making sure no one ever has to meet the same fate again. We shouldn't have to live like this.
I go around universities and have challenging conversations, and because that's what is so important to our country, is to find our disagreements respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens.
I've never seen someone do this.
Well, it's a growing trend because people like me are facing violence, assaults, the left. Yes, the campus Antifa. I've been stormed out of restaurants. I've been assaulted publicly, multiple death threats.
Okay, so what's your goal in all this?
There's more people that agree with me than some people would actually believe, and they come out of the woodwork when I do stuff like this. We record all of it so that we put it on the internet so people can see these ideas collide. When people stop talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens, because you start to think the other side is so evil and they lose their humanity.